2nd and 3, taking closer to 4 minutes left here in the third. Staggs receives the play and relays it to his offense. Still plenty of time for Northmont to be able to punch one in and make this a one-score game. You kind of got to think that if you're the Bolts, you got to make a play right now. Staggs gonna keep this one, and they're gonna say it's enough to pick up the first down. Had to get to the 45, made it to the 46, or made it just exactly to the 45. Like I said, that is enough for the first down. Northmont's gonna keep this drive moving, and thank you guys for sticking with us here on YouTube. Looks like we've gotten our technical difficulty straightened out, and we're back in the right places. Four wide receivers, 2 split to each side. Staggs in the shotgun. Pick up a 5. They're actually going to say he just gets to the 49. Staggs, the snap, throws it towards the top of the screen. That's Smith again. He's got enough to pick up the first down. And actually, no, that is not Smith. That's Tony Lachlan. And a timeout on the field. So that timeout was taken by Miamisburg. Vikings want to try and slow down this momentum here by the Bolts offense.
This time, all middle school students report to middle school door number 1. Again, middle school students report to middle school door number 1. Meet your principal at this time. Thank you.
Back after the timeout, 3.5 to go here in the third. Shots back, Staggs throws it over the middle. Tipped up, nearly hauled in. Jones not able to get the handle of that one.
If he would have kept possession on that would have been a great play for Northmont. They need the momentum.
2nd 10, ball on the 42. They've been able to string a few really nice plays together here on this drive. Worked their way to the Viking side of the field to hand off to Bickerstaff. A lot of white jerseys in the backfield.
Yeah, there was just nowhere to go there for Jawan Bickerstaff. Like you said, a whole bunch of white jerseys just came after him and doggy piled on him. It will be 3rd down and very long.
Staggs takes a snap, fakes the handoff, delivers that one over the middle. Smith is going to be able to haul that one in. Jaden Smith has been the man to be able to do it all here tonight and all season long for your Thunderbolts. You see he hangs in the pocket. Smith gets walloped at the end of that play. The throw now out over too far for Tony Lachlan. Yeah, Smith got just blown up after making that catch there near the 30. He's done a really nice job all season long. Came into the game with 384 yards on the season. I'd say he might be up over 500 by this point. Had himself a night. Staggs fires this one to Smith. It's gonna get past one defender near the 25. Gonna call him out at the 27. Carpenter was the man to make the stop there for the Vikings. Plays both ways.
If you take a look at that tackle, it almost looks like it's a horse collar tackle.
And it's right along the boundary, very close to being out of bounds. So 3rd and 8. I think there's a couple of parents down on the home side that agree with you. 3 wide receivers split to the top of your screen. Staggs drops back, gonna deliver this quickly to Smith. He's gonna pick up the first down and more. Cuts back inside, breaking tackles inside the 5. Jaden Smith trying to muscle his team to a victory here on senior night. Will not be denied.
Yeah, great job by Jaden Smith fighting through that contact, getting those extra yards Northmont very much so needs. Here comes Bryce Staggs giving the play call to his people. 1st down and goal from the 5.
2 wide receivers to the top of the screen. Kozlowski goes in motion, and I don't think he ever knew where he was supposed to be on that play. Timeout by the Thunderbolts. It's going to be their first here in the 2nd half. With 1 minute and 5 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter, we're going to go ahead and do a shout out from one of our sponsors, Bluebird Construction. You guys need your home remodeled, you need your roof redone, call or search up Bluebird online, bluebirdohio.com. Huge shout out to our friends there for rocking with us all year long on the NM Sports Network. And then also, you can't forget about our man, Michael Blanton, over there at Express Athletics, making fantastic apparel here locally in Dayton, Ohio. Huge shout out to him. 937-369-0222. That's one way to get a hold of him. Or sales at expressathletics.store or www.expressathletics.com. We're back out here for 1st and goal from the 5. Man goes in motion. A handoff up the middle, surging, pushing the pile into the end zone. Touchdown, Thunderbolts.
Take a look at this. You got your man, Juwan Bickerstaff, fighting through that big crowd of people, and they have already just matched the amount of touchdowns they had all season in one game. This is definitely the best the Bolts have ever played.
Huge shout out to your Thunderbolts here this season. Here on senior night, they're having a lot of fun trying to send these boys off with a victory. Been able to cut the score, cut the lead, the deficit all the way down to 7, 21-14, with just over a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. Northmont's offense having themselves a night. So the squib kick is going to bounce its way to about the 25 and go out of bounds. And because a Viking touched it, there's no penalty, making it so that the Vikings don't get stellar field position. If that one just goes out of bounds all by itself, the Vikings would get the ball at the 40. Instead, they'll take over possession at the 24.
That could have been a huge mistake there, too. It went right out of his hands, and if Northmont player's right there to swoop that up,
Yeah,
I mean, you give them excellent.
A fortunate bounce, that's for sure, for the Vikings, because if that one, like you said, if instead of bouncing out towards the sideline, it goes back towards the middle, that ball's live and anything can happen. The handoff to Chris No. Nowhere to go there. They're going to say he's able to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. A little bit of extracurricular shoving there at the end of the play, but we're ticking under 40 seconds here in the quarter. Vikings going to take their time. So they still have 11 seconds on the play clock. This will be the last play here of the quarter. Low snap. Hole up the middle. They're going to be able to get close to a first down. It's going to be 3rd and about 2. 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. Yes, that's what they're going to call it as we finish things off here in quarter number 3 and take the turn for the 4th quarter. You guys can see there on A&M Sports Instant Replay the nice hole that the Vikings had there. Got themselves close to a first down, but like I said, that does it here for quarter number 3 on the A&M Sports Network from Premier Health Stadium. Andy Horton alongside Gunnar Holp. Thunderbolts are alive as we enter the 4th quarter.
We'll go ahead and take a look at the upcoming games for the Northmont Thunderbolts as the girls soccer team takes on Stebbins this Monday in Premier Health Stadium. Then you have the boys soccer team facing Fairborn on Tuesday. It will also be here, Stebbins on versus Thursday for volleyball. And then you have the football team traveling to Springfield to take on the Wildcats, 7 p.m. We'll be streaming that one, so we'll be streaming all of these games. So hopefully you guys tune in, and we will see you guys there.
Tell you what, I love being here at Northmont, getting to do all of these games throughout all of the seasons. But I have enjoyed this last week, kind of getting a little bit of a break, got the chill. Had a couple of long weeks, doing 4 or 5 games. In a couple of back-to-back weeks. Oh my goodness. We just got a score update. Springfield, Springboro is trailing Centerville by 1, 14-13 at halftime, and now I just hear they're up 27 to 17. Outscoring Centerville 13-3 in the 3rd quarter. And that does not bode well for my picks this week. 4th and 1, trying to pick up the first down. The Bolts say they don't have enough. Let's see what the officials say. Waiting for the arrow. And are they going to bring out the chains? No! Home fans not happy with the spot.
home fans not happy about that call. There have been a lot of calls against Northmont today. First quarter, like the first couple of plays by Northmont, a lot of people going off the field.
Yeah, not 100% sure what that was all about. Normally,
Not sure.
you see that once or twice in a game, maybe. But it's not like 4 or 5 times in the first couple plays.
Right.
So someone messed up their
Looks like they will bring the
paint.
chain gang out, or unless this is coming back.
Yeah, there's a conference amongst the officials, and they just moved the chains back. It was 4th and 1. So does that mean the Northmont offense comes out? The Northmont defense is saying, hey guys, it should be our ball. If the chains are going back, it's Northmont football. You can see the entire Northmont defense, they're all pointing. And now they finally decide to bring the chains out. They were talking about that for far too long.
Go down.
And you can see the Thunderbolt defense explode. That one, you didn't need to pull out the index card. They were shy by at least 6 inches. And the Thunderbolts, 11:17 to go in the 4th quarter, are going to get the possession, are going to take possession at the 34-yard line of the Vikings.
Okay, the game is not over yet, and Northmont is losing. But what a game this has been. Going to Northmont, being a Northmont fan, this is, I know as a commentator, you're not supposed to be biased. But this has been the most entertaining and most fun I've had this year watching Northmont.
They have fought, they have scrapped. It is a 1-possession game here in the 4th quarter. Staggs is going to keep this one, bounces his way to the outside. He'll be able to pick up a yard or two. We're going to call it 2nd and 8.
Second down.
And after the big stop on 4th down there, you guys can hear the home crowd get energized. Three wide receivers, 2 split to the bottom, 1 to the top. 2 backs lined up in the backfield alongside Staggs. He's gonna sling this one out to the near side. It's Smith. Who else other than Jaden Smith? He's gonna work his way down to the 30. It's gonna be 3rd and 1. Ball on the 25-yard line, and I think at this point in time, the Thunderbolts have reached 4-down territory. You can see Smith fighting, churning those legs, not wanting to go down. Bickerstaff in the backfield alongside Staggs. Tight end, Taylor goes in motion. Bickerstaff finds a hole out across the 10. Jump cuts between a couple of defenders and goes down. The Bolts are in action.
Take a look at this. Juwan Bickerstaff does a great job. Bryce motions his man, and Bickerstaff finds the gap, fights through the contact. Great gain by Juwan Bickerstaff. Puts him in really good territory to score here.
9.5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Bickerstaff gets the handoff again, gets pushed backwards. Is pushing backwards. Gets all the way down to the 6.
There we go, fighting through the contact. It's only 4 yards, but it's 10 yards away from the goal. You still have 2 more tries. So
2nd and goal here for Northmont. Staggs gets the call. Goes and relays it to his offense. Kozlowski is going to be lined up towards the bottom of your screen. Smith and Jones at the top. Bickerstaff lined up in shotgun alongside Staggs. Nowhere to go on this handoff. He's going to be driven backwards, back to the 11. Loss of 5 on the play.
Yeah, and that time he just got blown up. I mean, the Miamisburg D-line knew what they wanted.
The Thunderbolt offensive line has done a really nice job so far today, opening up holes for Bickerstaff, but that time just got beat.
And what do you do if you're Northmont here? I think you pass this ball. Bryce Staggs done a great job passing this ball tonight. I would not be surprised.
And I think Jaden Smith is the guy you're probably looking for.
And who else?
Jaden Smith cuts up field across the 5-yard line. They're going to say he's down at the 4. Big, make it the 3. Big time decision to be made here for Northmont.
Yeah, Bryce Staggs knows who he wants to get to immediately. And Jaden Smith almost got through that contact. And Northmont is going for it on 4th and 3 here from the 3-yard line.
I said it a few moments ago. I think this is 4-down territory. And now the Bolts with a up. He's going to be marked down at the 4. On offense do so far this season. Gotta wonder if they got another drive in them. Can the defense get a big stop here? Give them the ball back. Beddendorf lined up in the shotgun a couple of yards deep in the end zone. He's gonna fake the handoff. Oh, I don't think he got out of the end zone. They're throwing a flag. The Thunderbolt defense is saying it's a safety, but
I think the refs are gonna say 1
there
yard
might be a
line.
hold. Well, and if there's a hold inside the end zone, that's a safety. That might be what the flag is for.
I'm currently putting up the safety sign right now. We would really need that.
We have the white hat just waiting for the call. And a huge break there for the Vikings, as they just barely got that one out of the end zone, and then a face mask sets them up at the 16. Now Chris No is going to take the direct snap. That one, he barely able to haul that one in. He's going to break through a couple of tackles, keeps those legs churning, gets out across the 25. Make it out across the 30. They have it at the 34, and they're going to go quick. They're not trying to waste any time. Chris No, or excuse me, it's not Chris No that time. And I don't think it was the last time either. Tamir Thomas, number 1.
I think if you're Northmont and you see Chris No there taking the direct snap, you got to key in on run. Unless that guy has an arm, you key in on run there. I think you commit to the run. There's not a huge threat of a pass when he's taking the direct snap. But I could be wrong. He might have one of the best arms in all of high school football, and he's just playing running back. But highly doubt it.
2nd and 10. Bettendorf in the shotgun. Hands it off to No. Looking for the edge. He's going to be able to cut up field, break a tackle or two, but Northmont is going to be able to stop him after a pickup of about 4, and we have a Thunderbolt down. That's Jonas Ayler.
That is not good to see at all. One of the big guys on this defensive line. Hope he's okay.
He is going to be able to get up and walk off, but a little gingerly.
Let's give Joe Mazila a round of applause.
And if you're Northmont, this is where you want
Out of the injury timeout, they bring in the jumbo package. Bettendorf under center. Fake the handoff, play action, roll out. That's no, he's going up the sideline. He's across the 30. He's across the 20, down inside the 10. He will finally be run down. I believe that might have been Flowers who finally caught up to him. A huge play there for the Vikings.
Yeah, you just look at this play. He has a wide open gap, good blocking by the receivers downfield. And it looks like, yeah, it was Flowers that caught up to him. Eventually got the Chasetown tackle. Does not look good for Northmont here.
Got a couple of we're able to force a couple of fumbles, a couple of turnovers in the first half. Gotta wonder if they're able to make some magic here in the final 5 minutes. Timeout. Miamisburg, they want to talk things over.
So we are in a timeout, so we'll go ahead and do a sponsor shout out. Code Credit Union, one good reason after another. Thank you for sponsoring us, Code Credit Union. If you want to contact them, you can call them at 937-222-8971. If you want more information, you can search up their website on your web browser. And then we will talk about Express It a little bit. My favorite clothing brand here in the Dayton area originated. Jamichael Blanton makes some high quality athletic clothing for a lot of surrounding schools, warm-up gear. Make sure to go check him out at his website, expressathletics.store, or you can contact him, 937-369-0222. Thank you for sponsoring us, Jamichael Blanton.
And it looks like Chris No is going to take the direct snap again. A flag comes out, and they're going to call it dead.
Looks like there was a 12th man on the field for Northmont. I think that's what the call is going to be.
I've heard that one called a lot. I've never heard it called as a legal participation.
Yeah, I always just thought it was too many players on the field, but.
Yeah, you learn something new every day. Chris, no, he's going to take the direct snap, except this time he's going to this side of the field instead of the far side. He's going to break tackles, stretch that one out. They're going to say the knee comes down and he's not able to get into the end zone.
Yeah, great run there.
10-7.
Isn't Springfield undefeated
They
G1?
were. They were undefeated. I think they were winless coming into G-Walk play. They played a bunch of tough out-of-conference teams, and then they were 5-0 coming into tonight. Our buddy Jared is jumping up and down wherever the heck he's at. I think he's in at Valley View tonight, doing their game against
Brookville.
Brookville. Valley View, one of the.
Last time I checked, it looked like Valley View was beating Brookville.
They were beating the tar out of them. And Beaver Creek knocked off the Warriors. I hear 20-17. My goodness. A night of upsets here across the G-Walk.
Yeah, and Valley View is beating Brookville 27-7.
Yeah, that one's shocking to me. Not necessarily the Valley View's winning the game. At the score, though. Brookville's been really nice, been a really good team so far this season, and Valley View, they're always a great team. One of the teams that's like the class of I think they're still Division III, a fantastic team. But oh my goodness, Springboro. I will get to Springboro here in a second, but yeah, Valley View has been a fantastic team for a long time, but Brookville having a really nice season. It felt like Valley View was having a little bit of a down year, but yeah, they are trying to prove me wrong. They're gonna push this one up the middle. No signal yet, and there you go. The touchdown is signaled. The Vikings get it to 27-14 with under 4 to go here in the fourth quarter. Now to Springboro, like you just showed me a moment ago. Springboro up 36, right? 36-20 over the Centerville Elks. My goodness.
G-Walk is having a heck of a night.
Some wild games.
There you go.
My Stebbins Indians making a comeback. I think they were down early against Fairborn. They have now taken the lead 27-7. I think I just heard from Alex. So gotta love that. Getting a bunch of updates here as we're coming towards the end of our game of the week. And I'm gonna have to talk to Jared here at the end of the night, because that victory by Fairmont against Springfield, that's gonna affect some playoff seeding, I would think. And I just got in my ear that possibly would have opened up the gate to Wayne to be able to get their way into the tournament. But we talked about it a moment ago. They just lost to Beaver Creek.
That is insane. So I know he's not out on the field right now, but one of the players I do want to talk about, Andrew Bogner. They talked about him here on senior night.
The swib kick is taken straight out of the air there. Cutting up the field, out across the 45. That is number 19 for your Thunderbolts.
As I was saying, Andrew Bogner, long snapper for this Northmont team. He is second in Ohio for long snapping, and I think 36th in the nation.
I think they said 47th.
47th? It could be.
Regardless, one of us is correct.
That's
He's somewhere
very
in
impressive.
There. Yeah, huge shout out to him. Congratulations. In top 50 in the nation. He's going to be going somewhere. Playing major college football.
Visiting Akron the other day. I saw that on his story. Yeah, he was visiting a lot of colleges recently.
Staggs drops back to pass. Surveying. He's going to roll out. Going to have an offensive lineman go down. The throw out too far for Braylon Jones. But we have a down Thunderbolt, Caleb Goff, number 77.
Yeah, that's a senior right there. You don't want to see that on senior night.
And he actually was the offensive lineman that caught the tipped pass last week. There was a pass that got tipped up in the air. I think it was on the Thunderbolts' first drive of the game. They were trying to throw a screen, and it got tipped up. He was able to haul in his first and only catch of his career. Penalty there on the Thunderbolts.
I think the penalty was on Goff.
Staggs Throws it over the middle, knocked down. Trying to get it to Smith. Fantastic coverage. That is number 18, Colton Lemons. Just under 3.5 minutes to go.
Gotcha. Thank you.
2nd and 20 for Northmont. Hate putting yourself behind the chains. Staggs takes a snap, 1-step drop. Now he's gonna roll out. Finds an open Tony Locken. They're gonna get it to the 39. Gonna be a pickup of 4.
So it may be 2nd down and 30. Yes, it is. 2nd down and 30. Three minutes 20 left to play here in Premier Health Stadium. Vikings 28, Bolts 14.
Staggs takes a snap. He's gonna drop back, 3-step drop. He's gonna step forward in the pocket, trying to find room. And he's gonna be taken down by Blake Courtney, the big defensive tackle. Bolts are gonna go back to the line quickly. The Vikings weren't really ready, but Staggs trying to get away from the defenders. There's a flag in the backfield. 97 was the one who was in there, nearly came up with a sack.
I think that might be intentional grounding there. Not quite sure because it looked like he was out of the pocket, but
you also have to get it either, I think you got to get it out of bounds as well. Either that or just back to the line of scrimmage. You see the refs having a conversation about it.
so.
And it looks like that's going to be another hold. And they're going to accept it.
So that just makes it even worse.
So, okay, they're actually going to decline that one. That would have been 3rd and 46. But the Viking coach is merciful.
And here is the Bolts on the 4th down.
Head coach Matt Muncie. A snap taken by Staggs. He's going to roll out towards the top of the screen. He finds that one was Braylon Jones. He's going to catch that one and then go out of bounds. I'm not sure if he knew it was 4th down that time.
I think he did. If you know you're not going to get past that, I think you just try to avoid the hit. Where?
So 2:28 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Jaden Smith over there, I can't help but look at him. He is very disappointed right now.
Not for the lack of effort from him tonight. He's played fantastic. He did everything he could to put this Thunderbolt team on his back, but just not enough. A broken tackle, a pickup of about 6 or 7 on the play for the Vikings.
Yeah, he has been fantastic tonight. Touchdown catch. He has had a lot of big receptions tonight. Definitely a big reason why the Bolts have 14.
Bendorf to handoff. No. It's going to get tripped up that time. Or Robbie Farage.
Are they trying to score? I think they're definitely not going to.
Thunderbolts are going to use their final timeout of the night.
I don't understand the point of that one. That timeout. I mean, it's a 2-score game, minute 30. I mean, anything's possible, obviously, but I just don't think that was really necessary.
Got to use everything left in the chamber. You don't get to take them home.
That's true.
And take a look at the GWalk standings. That will need to be updated as we have some changes going on throughout the night. Springfield was the #1 team in the conference. Should remain the #1 team in the conference, but that 0-5 is not going to stay perfect. So they lose to Fairmont. Back under center. Bendorf fakes the handoff. He's going to roll out. He's going to keep this one. And he's going to take a kneel down right there at the line of scrimmage.
I think
that was a weird one.
Score because they had 18 seconds left on that play clock, and they did not use all of it up. So I think they're trying to add insult to injury, but
I think because of Northmont timeout, the play clock wasn't running, right?
Oh,
the game clock.
That could be true.
So
okay, yeah, makes sense.
We take under a minute to go now.
But yeah, it looks like they're taking their time now.
And they are getting in the victory formation. As you can see, the backs lining up right there next to Bendorf. Under 45 to go here. They're going to need to snap that ball one more time. For Northmont, Thunderbolts are going to drop to 0-9 on the season. A valiant effort here tonight, though. They played their hearts out. Just not quite enough here tonight. See the handshake lines there at midfield. That's going to do it here on the NM Sports Network from Premier Health Stadium. 28-14, the Vikings knock off the Thunderbolts here at home in Week 9. We're going to go ahead and do a sponsor shout out or two before we get out of here. We're going to first shout out our friends over at Bluebird Construction. You need your home remodeled, you need your roof redone, BluebirdOhio.com. It's one way you guys can get a hold of them. Shout out to our friends over at Code Credit Union. One good reason after another to rock with us and them here on the NM Sports Network all year long. 937-222-8971. The Alumni Tournament, we've been telling you guys about them all year long. Thank you guys for being here with us. We'll let you guys know more about that as we get into the winter season. But just know, August 2026 is when we're tipping that one off. And then last but not least, our friend Jamichael Blanton over there at Express Athletics, 937-369-0222 if you guys are trying to give him a call and get some of that fantastic athletic gear. Like I said, that's going to do it here from Premier Health Stadium, a final of 28-14. The Vikings beat the Thunderbolts here on senior night. We will see you guys back here at Premier Health Stadium on Monday for girls soccer versus the Stebbins Indians. Andy Horton alongside Gunnar Holp. That's all, folks.